Here's a fun way for families to get together. This is a crowd pleaser for sure, and of course this can also be just as good with all adults. But I think the kids really like this no matter how young they are because they can make their own taco. My rule for my kids is you've got to have at least one vegetable on there. I don't have much problem with my teenage son right now, but my youngest son, he usually goes for the cucumber. So anyway, it just seems like everyone has a special diet these days. I know when my kids were young, they had allergies. It seemed like every time we were to go over to someone's house for dinner, I always had to bring their special meal, and I felt like they were left out, and I didn't want to impose on the host or the hostess. So this is just a great way to work around all those special diets. Well, I'll go ahead and show you and give you some examples for ways that you can set up your taco bar, especially since the Super Bowl is right around the corner. So you'll just start with some tortillas. They can be like a flour tortilla, also corn tortillas, and sometimes depending on how many I'm going to make, I might just go ahead and warm them up individually in a pan, or I can keep my flour tortillas in my oven on the lowest setting just to keep them warm. I don't want them to dry out. The corn tortillas or the flour, you can also just wrap those up in tin foil, keep those in your oven until everyone starts to eat. And of course, it's not complete without some chips or either hard taco shells too. Okay, so now we'll look at the protein. A lot of times I like to put a little bit of an Asian flair on the taco bar, so I can take some chicken breasts, cut them into strips. I'll marinate those for the day in some ginger citrus dressing, and that makes a great marinade for chicken breast, and that's going to give that little bit of a ginger flavor. You can grill them indoors or take them outside, maybe some chicken thighs. Those are a little bit less expensive, and just grill them. Grilling takes everything up to the next level, especially when it comes to your meats. I showed you this favorite seasoning that I have. That's great on chicken as well. You can make some little chicken fingers for the taco bar. Flat iron steak is an inexpensive, wonderful steak that you can use. Of course, you can always use ground beef. The flat iron steak always goes first whenever we have it out, just FYI. And then a pork butt, you can put a Cajun seasoning on that and then just sear it in a cast iron skillet and cook it in your crock pot. And then you can kind of do just a makeshift pulled pork. That's an inexpensive cut of meat too. Always seafood is a hit. So shrimp, I usually just toss those in some Cajun seasoning as well. And then of course fish, you can bake a big pan of fish or just sear off some pieces and blackened seasoning in your cast iron skillet. For the vegetarians or the vegans, you can do like a corn and bean salad or rice and beans pictured there in the bag. Now the fun part are the toppings. That's where everyone can get creative. Of course, the ideas are limitless for this. If you have ideas, leave them in the comment section below. I like to set up just a tray of like sprouts and cucumbers, carrots, lettuce, cilantro, peppers of all sorts. I found that my julienne vegetable peeler does great on cucumbers. When you can slice them like this, they fit on tacos perfectly. So I'll leave a little link to that video that I did for you about the julienne vegetable peeler if you missed it. And then scallions are good. A roasted salsa. Roasted salsas have that real deep hearty flavor. They're really good. I always have limes on the bar because a little squirt of lime on there is so good. Of course, cheese. And then I love to have mango salsa too if we're doing seafood because the shrimp and the fish, it just comes together so great with seafood. Guacamole, of course, or just slices of avocado, maybe squirted with a little bit of lime to keep them from browning. And then pico de gallo for a nice fresh flavor. And then I made some Peruvian green sauce for you I think it was last month, so that's good too. Now this is more of an Asian type of taco bar, where off to the left there you see I have some peanut sauce and Thai sweet chili sauce. So just by changing out or adding a few extra sauces, you can take all of the same toppings that you had and a lot of the same meats and make a completely different taco flavor. Okay, some pickled onions. Those are just thinly sliced onions and like a red wine vinegar. Caramelized onions. All of these things are good. And I haven't done a video for you on this yet, but it's basically just mayonnaise with some sriracha sauce and a little honey. And that sriracha sauce and the honey thins out that mayonnaise and makes a wonderful sauce. We love it on tacos and hamburgers. So So there's a real easy way to put together some flavor for your tacos. Like I said, the flat iron steak and the sriracha sauce are always huge hits. Those go fast, all right? And I, like I said, love cilantro and the scallions, of course your lime juice. So what I'm going to do is put together a playlist, and I'm calling it Taco Bar, and I'll put together a lot of videos over there for you, so you can look at all the sauces. The rest of the stuff is pretty self-explanatory, so you know, you can come up with your meats and your marinades, and the sauces I think really make it nice. So you can head on over to my channel, where over there I'll have the playlist for you. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know by giving me a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all have a beautiful day.